Well, hello there, comic book fans. This week was a little bit lighter week at the comic shop, thankfully. Not another 10 or 12 comics. Only 6 pull lists and a number 1. So let's start with Tech Jacket number 4. Robots in space. Teenage kid gets alien robot armor. There's not much more to it than that, but it's an enjoyable superhero story. I haven't read any Tech Jacket previous to this series, but I have to say I'm enjoying this series. So if you like superhero stories with a boy and his dad in a magical, well not magic, super scientific magical suit of armor, check out Tech Jacket. And then we've got Usagi Yojimbo Senso, number 3 of 6. I've been buying Usagi since 1986, I think, so of course I like it, and I still like it all these years later. This is a mini-series. I think he's going to get back to the regular series soon, but this is pretty interesting because it takes place like 15 years in the future or something like that. And it's basically War of the Worlds in feudal Japan. So Usagi and whoever his master is, and Tomo, his not quite girlfriend wife, she's another warrior. Not quite girlfriend or wife, I think she's married to someone else, they said. But anyway, they were fighting a battle between two Japanese armies. Then this something landed, which turned out to be a spaceship, and now the giant tripod-like stuff from the War of the Worlds showed up. So this is an interesting twist on the world of Usagi. They did a Space Usagi series years ago, but it's not quite like that, but almost. Once again, good series, pick it up. Next we have The Walking Dead 132. So far I'm liking this next Walking Dead story. It's all about the other camp that they were allied with during that All Out War series. I wasn't a huge fan of the All Out War series. I'm more of a fan of the All Out Peace series here, where they're just dealing with life, and we're seeing what is going to get thrown at them next. And I'm still not positive what's going to get thrown at them next, but we'll see. I enjoy the series. The Fade Out, issue number 2. Another Brubaker and Phillips series. I really liked the first issue. It was it's a period piece that does it take place post-war, late 40s? I can't even remember. Our man in the movie industry gets caught up in a murder he doesn't want to get caught up in studio security guys covering up the murder, and cops, and you just know it's all going to go bad on the guy. You just know it, because that's the way these stories go. People are comparing it a little bit to L.A. Confidential, and I'll say that's about it. It's sort of the same time period in the kind of, not quite the early movies, more like the height of the movie power in Los Angeles. And it's just, I mean, if you're not picking up Brubaker and Phillips stuff, you're not picking up good comics. There was a magazine-sized first issue of a variation of this first issue, and I wish I had remembered to order that, but I didn't. I only had the regular comic book-sized one, but it looked pretty cool because it was made to look like an old movie magazine. But anyway, The Fade Out, crime drama, top shelf, A-level stuff. Now we have Dream Thief Escape, issue number 4 of 4. They kind of pulled a curveball on me in issue number 3, and it was a different artist than issue 1 and 2, and I preferred the art on issue 1 and 2, but the story was still good. I'm not even sure if this is the same artist as number 3 or even a different one, because I wasn't paying attention, but a fun story about a guy who ghosts inhabit his body, and he's forced to, while he's asleep, and he's forced to get vengeance for the ghosts. So there's it's kind of a supernatural crime story. Not quite on the level as The Fade Out, but it's fun. I've enjoyed it. Nice mini. Now we come to Alex and Ada number 9. it's the future, and there's such a thing as robots who are sentient or near so, and you can buy one. And it's all about the relationship between Alex and his new robot Ada, and it's not an action-packed story. It's more contemplative. It's kind of contemplating what man and robot's relationship what would it be? Would they be dangerous? There was already in this story, before we got into it, some sort of robot rebellion years ago, so they had to put special software into robots to make them less sentient, and he made his robot sentient because you can do that too. So it's an interesting look at man's relationship to robots and how it'll go, and will they be the doom of us all, or will they be our friends? Who knows? We'll have to read Alex and Ada to find out. Next we have Lastborn #1 from Black Mask Comics. Black Mask. I saw this and I was deciding whether to get it or not, and I figured I need a new #1. The artwork in it was pretty cool. Not spectacular, but solid enough. I have no idea what it's about. I think it's some sort of horror story. Which reminds me, last week I got Butterfly #1 out of the blue and really enjoyed it. I put the next 3 issues in the mini-series of Butterfly on my pull list. We'll see if that happens with the Lastborn. Now here's something interesting. New Steve Ditko comics. I don't know how many of you know that Steve Ditko is still making comics, and they're mostly mail order. They've been mail order all these years, but he just did a Kickstarter. Matter of fact, he's got another Kickstarter up now for another new comic he's making. Just put Ditko into Kickstarter and you'll find it. Robin Snyder, who is the person who runs most of his stuff, is the one running the Kickstarter for him. And this is the new one, Mr. A #15. You can see that. He made that in 2014. So Steve Ditko is still doing comics, and he's making some. I haven't read this one yet. I just got it this week, but I have to say it's looking pretty nice. Where's that one panel? Oh, I really like this page here. That panel in the middle is beautifully drawn. And this is, since I put $20 into the Kickstarter, I got this issue too, plus a few pamphlet things. This is from 2010. Not as many, not as illustrative or as many blacks, lush ink blacks in this one. But still, it's nice to see some new Steve Ditko work. And if you're interested in his work, you can find some stuff on the web. You can. This is who. I'm not sure what his. This is what I have to look up. Robin Snyder and Steve Ditko. Robin Snyder is the one who actually. I think if you write there or email there, you can find out more Ditko stuff, or else go to Kickstarter and put his name in. I bought a little of this years ago, mail order, but I was never much of a mail order guy. But it was nice to see a Kickstarter, and if you're looking for some new Steve Ditko stuff, there it is. Go out and get it. Catch you later.